Yes! 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 Avs win Game 2 over the Nashville Predators, 2-1 in overtime. Thank you, Cale Makar. This podcast is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code DNVR to sign up for a new account to get amazing odds boosts every single day. Rudo, AJ, Blais, coming. What? Oh, that's us. Is that us?
Yeah, me reacting to drinks spilled all over my ass.
While me and Michael are pumped. I loved this hockey game. I genuinely am in love with everything about this hockey game. I thought it was amazing, top to bottom. I thought the Avs played great. I thought the finish was amazing. There's no downside. I have zero downsides to this hockey game. Wow, a cup of water. What a man.
Do you want the shots now?
Yeah. Let's do these right away. Chat, how did you feel? Are you a Cale Makar stan yet?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I'm going to pass this down if that's easier.
There's two coming for AJ because he asked for two.
He asked for a double.
Man.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right. We'll do one now.
You guys ready?
Yep.
Yeah, let's go. Cool. Cheers. Welcome back, AJ.
Welcome back. 2-0 in the series. This is it. Let's go. All right. Where do you guys want to start? Because I don't want to undersell the dominance of... Oh, he's just going in. He just did the double. Look at this man. I don't want to undersell the dominance of the Colorado Avalanche in this hockey game. The scoreboard is not a good reflection of the way this game played out.
Sure it is.
I mean, the Avs won.
Great, it's a great reflection of it, man. Connor Ingram was the shit tonight.
Fair.
The Avs helped him
good.
out. The Avs helped him out a little bit, but Connor Ingram deserves his props.
No argument there.
There's a reason. There's a reason that I said Seattle should take that dude in the expansion draft. If people just listen to me more, they probably wouldn't get fired as often.
After the first period, the Preds pushed in the first period, and after that, it was just the Avs not finishing, and some of that is Connor Ingram stood on his head, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. They had 12 shots on goal in the first period, I believe.
And they had 10 the rest of the game?
Yeah, did they have 2 in overtime? Is that the final tally?
I think
they had
so,
8.
yeah.
They had 8 in periods 2 and 3, I believe. And then that's with a 5-on-3 in which they gave up a 2-on-1. A shorthanded 2-on-1.
Shots for the Avalanche in the second
5-on-5.
and third.
This is at 5-on-5 unless you fixed it.
Second and third period had 25 shots on goal.
We'll get the official totals for you in a second. Not important. What's important, AJ, you're long overdue for a 60-second rundown.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Yahir's got to bring up the...
Give you a minute for this 60-second
He
rundown.
needs 60 seconds to put a timer up?
Yeah.
Jesus, what has happened to this place while I was gone? Hold on.
Reset.
Oh.
Hold on.
He's got to burp.
Just making sure I don't have that come.
Got to keep those shots down.
I don't want that to come out mid-sentence.
Are you trying to catch up to Rudo?
No.
He's long gone.
No, man, I was just stressed getting out of there. That post-game traffic sucked.
I can't. That must be brutal. Yeah,
Dude, I straight up broke a law or two just to get here. So,
all right.
60 seconds, am I good?
You're good.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, so basically Colorado tried to turbo dunk on Connor Ingram in Nashville for Game 2. It didn't quite work out. Nathan McKinnon scored on the first shot of the game, and then the Avs decided not to score again until the last shot of the game. And in between, Yakov Trenin scored a goal that we're going to talk about, but boy, did they get lucky. Ooh. And that was kind of the story of the game to me tonight is, boy, did they get lucky. Yep. Over and over and over and over. Even in overtime, I had a moment where I turned to Megan and I said, it's crazy the little bounces they're still getting. And then Cale Makar did a Cale Makar thing while Roman Josi was staring down at the ice. And The Avs win 2-1, take a 2-0 series lead, and on to Nashville.
Game Blouses. Call it.
It's easy. It's easy. 60-second rundown is really easy when there are 3 goals to talk
It's
about.
not a tough one for sure. Yahir refuses to pause it before the buzzer goes off, so.
It's just too much work,
What?
man.
When do you add the Law and Order sound to the end of the
and
buzzer?
why Law and Order?
We lost the buzzers down like away from
Connor Ingram probably deserves to be in the special victims unit, to be fair, after tonight. But,
Yeah, I mean, Ingram's going to go down in, like your long list of, remember that guy that had that great game that one time?
well, so,
And that's if, nothing happens from the rest of his career. And, let me tell you, Connor Ingram has been a really solid AHL goaltender
for a long
years.
time. For a long time.
So the fact that this happened tonight was not quite the same as, Andrew Hammond stealing a playoff game 4 years after he was last relevant.
Out of control wild.
Yeah,
How old
that
is
was a little bit different. How old is
Ingram.
He's got to be 27, 28. by
Is he
now.
that
really?
old?
He's
I don't know. I mean, he's been in the AHL for
I
a
said
while.
26.
Yeah,
on
I
the
mean,
I
last
think
one.
26
Yeah.
is probably also a fair guess.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll I don't know.
He's been battle tested in the AHL.
Yeah, right. But I mean, he's been a really good AHL goaltender, and for a game, you can get stuff like this. Look, the Pens won a triple overtime game with Louis Domingue in net, and then when they had to run it back, they got rolled.
It was not pretty.
I'm not going to be surprised when Connor Ingram turns around and gives up 4 on Saturday afternoon.
It's a tough spot for Nashville, though, because Ingram plays like that, and you have to start him again, right?
Oh, totally. I mean, you can't.
100%.
No, I'm sorry, but the way that David Riddick played in game 1, you couldn't start him again. The rest, he had an 886 save percentage on the season coming into that game. And the only reason that anybody felt like there was a chance was 2 reasons. One, he's David Riddick. You've heard of him. He's got a fun nickname that doesn't match him. And then the other reason was that he had a solid game against the Avs a week before in which he gave up 4 goals. Yeah, I get it. It's paint by numbers.
Look at that.
Yeah.
They almost filled the whole fucking offensive zone.
It's paint by numbers, and it looks like they smashed Nashville's face on the other end of it.
I think his new nickname, not made by anyone here, but someone on Twitter, Occasional Save Dave.
Oh, a lot of people have called him that.
Yeah, that's the
What
new
is it?
hotness.
I said the other day that why can't we get a Save Dave doesn't have the same ring to it.
I think Evan was the first time I saw it.
Well, there you go. Yeah, here, I sent you a graph. I just want to show you how outrageous the second period on of this hockey game was in the Avalanche's
Yeah,
favor.
Colorado turned it up.
Yep.
And that was after a first period in which they played fine.
Yep.
And Nashville had its only real push of the game.
They gave everything they could give in the first period.
Right. And
Yeah.
if you empty the tank and that's how this game goes, okay. Good for Nashville that they hung in there, but this should have been this should have been the 7-1 game and not game 1.
Straight up.
You could have flipped the scores of the game and it would have been more appropriate for how the teams actually played.
Genuinely.
So I the Colorado was great tonight, and the tactical adjustments that I really wanted to see tonight, we got that chess match.
Yep.
And we saw it really play out in overtime.
And
Colorado's top line comes out, Nashville's top line chills, and they wait, and they try and pick their spot against Colorado's third line. They get a scoring chance, Kemper makes the save, they get off the ice, they don't see it again.
Yep.
And Colorado, their fourth line, Colorado's fourth line wins this game.
just works their ass
Yeah,
off.
it's just it's a play in the neutral zone in which both Darren Helm and Logan O'Connor just make better plays.
Yep.
They win puck battles. They make better plays than their Nashville counterparts. Look, Roman Josi is on the ice there. It's not like Nashville was totally without, but Roman Yosi's on the ice there. And what happened? He makes a nice block shot on Sturm and takes himself out of the play entirely.
It becomes irrelevant.
He has no stick, and now he is one of 19,000 observers to Cale Makar's greatness.
Yep.
Straight
the
up.
fact that he was on his knees for that goal, kneeling at the altar of Cale Makar.
down.
It turns out the first person to hail Cale in this game ended up being Roman Josi. And that's everything that you need to
Let's
know
fucking
about
go.
those two players at this point in their career. One of them is changing the game, and the other one is Roman Josi watching it happen.
I'm gonna
Let's go. Welcome back, AJ. Let's go.
turn the camera off. I need to take my pants off. This game.
There you go, Rudo.
Oh, perfect. All right, unzip. We're good. Zip. Look, I don't know how you asked the Avs to play any better than they did in this hockey game. This was genuine greatness from this hockey team.
Yep.
And I know people will look at the score and see they only scored 2 goals. They'll look at this and say it took overtime for them to win. I cannot describe to you how unbelievably good the Colorado Avalanche played for this entire hockey game.
The only thing they didn't do at a high level was finish.
Yep, straight up.
You have Nazem Kadri on a back door that does not elevate a puck at all. On a play that he scores probably 7 times out of 10.
Yep. Same thing with Lehkonen, who a puck he doesn't catch it quite right.
And Gabe Landeskog on a back door and
Yep.
an empty net just misses behind the net, just whiffs on it.
Yep.
Like, that's it.
It's not even close. These teams are not fucking close.
They're not in the same realm. There's a reason that one of them is the 1 seed and spent 2 weeks chilling, taking like a victory lap through the Western Conference, knowing that every game they lost didn't matter. I wish some of their fans could have figured that out, but it's all good. Because that switch has been fully flipped.
Oh.
They might be more erect than you right now. Because it is
would be
like
tough.
this.
That would be a tough sell.
It's straight up like this. It's the Eiffel Tower over there.
That's the best part is like listening to other teams' podcasts about how they were going to dominate the Avalanche because of the games that they had played against them in the last.
How those were like somehow a
waning-
measuring stick of any
yeah, like
kind.
like the Avs are cooling down.
You should have heard Winnipeg media after the Jets won that game, where they were like, "Where was this all year? I don't understand why the Jets couldn't play like." And I'm like, "Yeah, when Colorado plays ole defense and hands you 3 goals in 6 minutes, life is pretty goddamn easy."
Yep.
But when the Avalanche decide to drop the hammer,
You're fucked.
like they did tonight. I mean, you have 8 shots on goal in 2 periods. You get matchups that you want. The same matchups that Nashville got tonight are the same matchups they're going to get in Nashville, because Jared Bednar looked at them and said,
I don't give a
I'm
shit,
good with
bro.
it.
Yeah.
"I'm good with it." If that's the best you have, John Hines, you're about to get dog walked.
For official statistical things, they added 1 shot. They got 9 in the last 2 periods.
okay.
Holla. That's dope.
Let's go back to the start. The Avs came out in this game. They did not have the jump they had in the first period, but it was still confident, quality hockey. And then Nathan McKinnon is just better than you.
Look, there was a point tonight, and I think it was late in the 3rd period, that last shift in the last minute.
Yeah.
And I look over at Megan, and I just said, Nathan McKinnon's just the best player on the ice.
Yep.
He might be, playoff Nate legitimately might be just the best player in the world. I
have no argument.
No offense to the greatness of some of these. Like Sidney Crosby has obviously been there and done that.
Of course.
And it's really hard to assign that title to a guy who hasn't been out of the 2nd round. But you look at the way that he just dominated this game. I think Dmitry Filipovich had it best. 36 shot attempts for Nashville through 3 periods, 30 from Cale Makar and Nathan McKinnon.
Unbelievable.
Those two separate the Colorado Avalanche from every other team in the NHL. And if you need an example of how much better Colorado is than every other team in the West, go and look at what's happening in Calgary and Dallas right now.
Oops.
Where Dallas decided to show up and the Flames wilted.
Yep. Straight up.
The Flames got pushed back 1 time and wilted. They went to pieces.
Let's go.
And
Who
they're
played this?
They're 1-1 in a series against a team that had no interest in being there.
I-
And you look at Colorado, and Colorado, what they did tonight is the difference between those types of teams. They dropped the hammer.
Preach.
They took their game one dominance, said, oh,
What if we played
this
better?
This doesn't matter. Came out in game two and said, this is our A game. Good luck. And were it not for an excellent night from Connor Ingram, they would have been on the other end of another blowout.
Yeah, this-
the best case scenario almost played out for Nashville, and it's because
they
their
still lost.
third string goaltender
Played out of his goddamn mind, and they
had,
still
had
lost.
the day of his life, and it was not enough.
Unbelievable.
Like, they may not sweep. Nashville has an insane atmosphere that the Avs
The
are going to walk
building is
into.
nuts. The building
they are
is
going
nuts.
to. That building is going to sway in the opening 5 minutes of Game 3, and Nashville's top line is actually going to remember what it was like to feel that adrenaline and to not get dunked on. And I think you're going to see a really good Predators club in a couple of days. But I also said that about this game. In the second half of this game, there was one team against one dude. This was not close.
It wasn't.
This was not close.
It wasn't. It wasn't
I wanted to see
even
tactical
fucking
adjustments
close.
in this game, and Jared Bednar didn't have to make any. He just said, "Okay, this is what you want to do."
Bring it.
Nashville's defense. We talked about their aggression
Yep.
and how they tried to hold the line. They backed off a lot more
As you
tonight.
would expect.
And what happened? What changed? Instead of all the odd man rushes, the Avs just dominated.
They said, I guess
puck
we'll just
possession
possess the puck. Yeah,
entire
exactly.
game.
They-
the entire game, they were playing hot potato.
Genuinely, I didn't see the time on ice in the offensive zone comparatively, but I'm sure it was outrageously Avs favored. The Avs are so good. And
Yeah, they were exceptional tonight. They were exceptional. The only thing they lacked was that little extra level of finish.
sure, definitely.
And then Nashville caught break after break after break. I mean, Eric Johnson called for a pass, trying to exit their zone, and his stick snapped in half.
Yep.
And he just skates to the bench, and Nashville watches this happen as he just skates to the
And they
bench,
just keep it in the offensive
grabs
zone,
another one,
and it's fine.
and the Avs break the puck out with no pressure and are just like, we were just 4v5, and you guys were fine with that.
I can't.
What are you doing? I don't know if this is a motivation problem. I don't know if this is a John Hines problem. I don't know if they've just accepted the fact that they are getting made fun of on the internet by every hockey fan outside of Nashville.
Do you understand how many memes I have in the chamber if the Avs sweep this series? Because it's more than a little. I'm not saying they will, but my goodness.
I still think that this is in 5. I still give
Nope.
Nashville that credit.
Nope. Soft.
But my one question is can Nashville get that kind of game from Connor Ingram again?
And actually capitalize.
And can they actually give their best shot? Because I don't understand. You see they have the 5-on-3.
Yes.
They hit the post,
Then that was their best opportunity
and that
of
was
the night.
it.
Yeah.
That was their best scoring chance from periods 2, 3, and 4.
Straight up.
They never got a better scoring opportunity than Forsberg hitting the post on a 5-on-3, which was immediately followed by an Avalanche 2-on-1. On a 5-on-3, I cannot stress enough how incompetent all 5 guys have to be in order to let that happen. I don't understand how the West ended up with a team this bad in the postseason.
I do. But
It's an absolute embarrassment to the Pacific Division that this is the 5th best
That got in.
Central Division team.
soft.
You guys couldn't
Anaheim
produce,
couldn't hold on.
Vegas couldn't produce better than this shit. At least that would have been a fun series.
We are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Head on over there. Bet on Cale Makar to score a point literally every night. Cale Makar never doesn't score a point. You cannot fuck it up. Go over to DraftKings. You bet $5 on any NBA game with a new account when you use code DNVR. You get $150 in free bets. You put $150 on Cale Makar tonight. You use the profit boost. You come out with plus 300. All right? All right. All I'm saying, easy money. Get in on it right now. Go over there. Use the DNVR code. Bet on whatever you want.
DraftKings should suspend moneyline bets for the Avs for the rest of the series.
I genuinely don't know how they keep giving people Cale Makar bets. It's actually a mistake.
The
Like,
series is half over. And I understand everybody wants to point at Vegas last year and be like, but Vegas last year. One, it's not fucking last year. It's time you all get the fuck over it. Okay?
Yes.
Get the fuck over
Yes.
it. And two, do you truly think that this Nashville team has anything close to what that Vegas team had in the chamber?
no.
Are you kidding me?
No. No. Unacceptable. Go over to DraftKings.
I'm the
Sportsbook.
level-headed one here, and this is done.
Pick the Avs to sweep. You won't. 4-0 final to the series. DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Colorado only. Other terms, restrictions, and conditions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Of course, if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. We're also brought to you by Avaca TV. You want to watch the Avs locally in Denver in this playoff series? Avaca TV can do that for you. They've got altitude. They've got the Rockies on AT&T Sportsnet. By the way, the Rockies are kind of good right now. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but they're doing okay. They've got national channels. You can watch the Broncos when they come on. You can watch the Avs in the playoffs when they're on ABC, when they're on the big boy channels, when shit gets real. Avaca TV's got you. Just $15 a month for the first 3 months when you use code DNVR when you sign up. Get on it. You might as well. It's only $25 a month after the deal, which is, I believe I pay $70 a month for DirecTV stream at home. So it's a good deal. That's all I'm saying. Go to Avaca TV, evoca.tv/DNVR to sign up today. Get in on it. It plugs in right to your TV. You don't got to do anything fancy.
Motherfucker says this, but I've never been invited over to his house. I can understand why.
Why?
Because he's got a young child and I have a potty mouth.
Well, so do I, so fair enough.
He trying to set good examples, not bring his friends around.
True.
So tonight, Cale Makar
What?
at DraftKings was plus 120 for over 2.5 shots. You know how many he had tonight?
Like
12.
12.
Yeah. I knew that
Unreal.
answer.
Unreal.
That set a new franchise record, by the way. Previous record had been held by Claude Lemieux, which he did twice. Previous record by a defenseman was held by Rob Blake, who had 10. Cale Makar broke those.
And that his attempts.
And guess what? Cale Makar's not even close to done breaking franchise records.
Not even close, bro.
He's in what, year 4?
year
Like 3.25.
3.5. Yeah, yeah.
It's like 3.25.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Second period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. The Avs do give up one goal. I'm going to stand here and tell you, yes, Sam Girard did not stop that pass.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
He made a calculated risk. He went for the pass interception. He got a lot of it.
Yo, he took the same calculated risk that I did wearing a purple shirt out in public.
Wow.
Dude, 9 times out of 10,
And you know what?
he stops that shit.
Mine went great. I look Fabu.
9 times out of 10, the purple shirt works.
I'm telling you, that one day, I've watched Sam Girard make that play 100 times in the NHL.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is the 101st, and it didn't go well for him for the first
It just
time.
leaked out. It was
Like,
a great play.
I actually, when he was in the process of making it, I was like, this is a great decision by him.
Yeah.
And then that puck gets through him, and I'm like, is the puck Nightcrawler now? What just
and this
happened?
we had a lot of Sam Girard slander on the watch along. Go look up his numbers. His numbers are ridiculously good.
His numbers do not matter.
Yes, they
because
do.
he made the one big mistake.
Shut
and that
up.
Overshadows.
Shut up.
In the first period,
No.
he makes that mistake.
I won't hear it.
And it overshadows everything else that he does. He's a bum, and they should trade him for peanuts or pucks or beans or like whatever, like multiple choice, all the above.
Dude, Corsi 4.
Hold on, let me guess. I haven't looked.
5 on 5.
I haven't looked. 5 on 5?
Yep.
32 plus.
What's the against?
12.
That's pretty close.
Okay.
That's pretty close.
What about all?
All situations?
All situations.
I'm gonna guess how close. Well, I don't know. I don't know what at 5 on 5. I don't know how much higher to go on.
You don't get to know.
Let me
You
see.
don't get to know.
41.
All right. So 5 on 5. He is. Oh Jesus Christ! I just lost it. 29 Corsi 4, 8 against.
Unreal.
Hold on. What were actual shots on for? Shots for. I'm sorry.
Shots for?
Yeah, actual shots on goal. SFSA.
Shots for 5.
So one of those went in.
Yep.
He played how many minutes tonight? And he was on the ice for 5 actual shots on goal. And one of them went in, and people want to dunk on the guy and be like, playoff G is back. Look, I understand.
Dude,
I understand the play, like the Paul George playoff P thing is really easy to be like, oh, playoff G. No, shove it up your ass. That guy had an awesome game.
Agreed.
He was awesome tonight, and he makes a bad decision.
Yep.
I'm sorry, a bad execution. A good
Yeah,
decision.
it was a good
Execution is the
decision.
correct word,
It was
yes.
a perfect decision.
Because if that goes the other way, if he makes that play, which isn't like that hard of a play to make,
Yep.
yeah.
it's an odd man rush the other way. It does not work out for him, and he gets to wear that. One goddamn mistake on the whole night. This is the same reason why people wanted to pretend that Josh Manson wasn't any good at the end of the season.
Bro.
Because his game score was .04. Josh Manson, by the way, tonight, rocked.
Dope as fuck.
Find me an Avs player tonight not named Nikolas Abel Kubel who did not rock.
There was not a single Av under 50% Corsi tonight. Not a single one.
Nico Sturm was 50-50.
That's the worst one. And he got the game-winning assist.
Primary assist on the game-winning goal. P.S. Anybody was curious? Go read our Avalanche roundtable and go and find which player I predicted would make a series-changing play at some point in their run. I didn't think it would happen in game 2.
But here we are.
But Nico Sturm, I am telling you, the dude's got something about him.
Dude.
I just let him take a damn face-off.
Sam Girard in all situations. 32 Corsi 4, 9 against.
Keep in mind, this is a dude on the PK tonight.
Yep.
Wow.
They rolled out Sam Girard on the PK, and I was
32
like,
and 9.
This is interesting.
It worked out okay.
Hey, all good.
You know what don't count as shots on goals, fam? Posts.
Yeah.
Wow, do not play that laugh track. You did not.
Yeah, let's talk about the disallowed goal, man. I'm curious.
Yes, let's get into the
I'm super curious because I had these two brothers on Twitter like come at me sideways.
Why?
And I was like, I'm sorry, but I didn't take a stance on this at all. And the call went exactly how I thought the call would go.
So the Avs got screwed by the call on the ice on this goal.
Okay. So I want to talk about this because I think this was like the ultimate goaltender interference test, right?
It was.
The ultimate litmus test of how they've called it versus the world that we actually live in.
Yep.
And I think it's really interesting because Arturi Lehkonen makes contact of his own volition.
There's not a lot there.
There's not a lot. There's enough there that you could totally have a problem with
contact.
it. But he makes contact without any catalyst of his own volition. Arturi Lehkonen creates that contact. And it's all good. If that's a problem, if that is enough to disallow a goal, that needs to be a penalty. He needs to go to the box. The play needs to be called dead. If it is not, then the play that happens 4 seconds later,
where Yossi bops him into his own goal.
Dante Fabro.
Is it Fabro?
Just drops him on top of his own goaltender because Dante Fabro went to BU and might be a moron. Just takes out his own goaltender via an Avalanche player.
So here's the thing.
And they score. And this is the contact that causes the problem
Yes,
It's not Lekkonen's.
that's
It's not
the take.
Lekkonen's initial contact.
Yep.
It's the contact that on the actual goal, which Lekkonen had nothing to do with. So how do you parse that? It's two incidents.
No. I don't think there's no how. In the rule book, the argument is the goaltender needs to be able to recollect himself and actively make a save. And the time between Lekkonen's own personal contact and Ingram, there's absolutely enough time for him to recollect himself and make a save. It's the follow-up Fabro cross-check.
It's two incidents.
Yep. It's two separate
It's
moments.
two incidents that take place in about a 4-second
Correct.
span.
Yes.
And it's really hard to separate them.
But there
And
is a separation.
I will say, I completely understand how they called it. I don't personally have like that big of a problem with it. But I will say that it's weird to me. And this is where like my I guess frustration isn't. It's just weird to me. The interpretation makes me a little uncomfortable that they're holding it against Lekkonen that Fabro dumped him on top of the
Well, because
goaltender.
Lekkonen's trying to get out of the way, right?
Exactly.
There's
Lekkonen-
no
he
motion
makes
going
an
back
effort.
into the
He
goal.
makes a significant
There's
effort.
there's no motion going back into the goalie, right? He's trying to get out of the crease.
The song playing in the bar right now is Arturi Lekkonen. Wasn't me.
But the second Lekkonen is trying to get out of the crease and is stopped from that progression of getting out of the crease.
That's where it becomes the second event.
Exactly.
And somebody tweeted at me and said if Fabro had done that to Lekkonen anywhere else on the ice, because neither was
interference,
neither had touched the
blatantly,
puck,
yeah.
neither had played the puck, neither were anywhere all that close to the damn thing, it would have been interference. And that they ruled that contact is the one that caused the problem on Ingram.
Well,
But it's Lekkonen's fault that Fabro dumped him. That's where I'm frustrated by that. But I understand where the NHL is coming from.
I'm 98% sure if they call that a goal initially, it stays a goal.
I'm not, because the NHL has consistently said no. The one thing, if you go back and you look at every goaltender interference call this season, except that weird Rangers Pens one in game one. You look at most of them, the team or the player that makes the initial contact with the goaltender, how did he do it? If he was pushed into it, it's a goal. If he makes the contact of his own volition, it's no goal, it's goal interference. It's the unfortunate consistency that there has been all year, and we saw it applied the same way tonight. And I get where the league is coming from. I don't necessarily agree with it. I don't love that, because Lekkonen tries to avoid the goaltender. He tries not to fall on top of him, and he gets punished later for a thing he did earlier. Yeah. It's a weird way to call it, but I get where they're coming from, and I don't. Had they lost the game tonight, I would not have
you don't get where they're
that.
coming from, because no one gets where they're coming from.
I'm telling you, this is where, go back and watch them. This is where they have made the line that they have drawn in the sand. I have cracked the goaltender interference code. I have ascended as one to a different plane and understand goalie interference.
Would you say you found a way?
I have found a way.
Dude, you are setting yourself up so bad
for a game 3 where there's another goalie interference, and I'm like,
you're like, what the fuck? Everything I just said was a lie.
If that happens, those are the exact words that I will use. Everything I said after game 2 is a lie.
Nobody knew what the fuck
I know that was the best part of it, is that Vogt was like, what's some stuff for me to talk about? And we were like, what's goalie interference?
That was kind of mean, by the way.
Was it?
Yeah.
He knew what he was getting into.
It's really hot in here.
It is toasty.
I'm having a manic episode on a pod again, and it's going to be really weird when it's 3:00 in the morning and I've like broken
Come down a little bit.
I'm like bawling my face off, because this is what it's like to be bipolar. You guys are seeing the fun part right now. Manic episodes are a weird thing.
All right.
Also, I haven't been on a pod in the bar in so
It's been
long.
a
Right, that's what I was like.
minute for you, bro.
Yeah.
After like game 1, I was like, is AJ ever coming back now?
Yeah, well, and so the reason why I volunteered for this tonight is because a lot of people hit me up and were like, well, you haven't been on a post-game pod in 2 weeks. What's up? And I'm
2 weeks.
well, because I was driving during games 81 and 82.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And
Yeah,
I worked the Jets game.
Yeah.
So I think the Oilers game, I actually skipped that night. I was just like, I'll write tonight. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I got this. So I kind of just bailed the last couple of weeks. So, yeah. Anyway, love you guys.
He's
I
back.
didn't forget. I've just been working, dogs.
Second and third period, Avalanche versus Connor Ingram in the Supreme Court. Is that what we're summing up that?
No, I'm not touching anything.
Yeah,
to
I
do
know,
with that,
I know. Regardless, Nashville didn't do shit in the second and third periods.
Yeah, I'm really curious, like, where, if you're a Nashville fan, outside of Connor Ingram, there were probably...
There's
I think,
so little to feel good about.
there's one positive
There's
that you
so
take from
little.
both games 1 and 2, and it's Connor Ingram.
Yep.
Because anything else, and you're just lying to yourself?
Yeah, straight up.
I mean, at least
Also,
they didn't.
I'm
At least
so,
they didn't
can
like
I just
fold
apologize?
in the first period.
I really want to apologize to the dudes that are on the Locked On Predators podcast, because I mentioned this earlier, but Locked On Predators sounds like a neighborhood watch
This
pod
is
about sex
absolutely
offenders.
Chris Hansen is coming on this pod.
Like, straight up, I
Immediately.
was like, you guys actually have to do a podcast called Locked On Predators?
I listened to it today.
I just want to give those folks, both of them, I think it's a man and a woman that I saw in the one of them.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
want to give them a
Well, the woman
a virtual
also-
hug.
The woman that runs that, I can't remember her name, but she's also an LA Kings.
Huh.
She does the Locked On LA Kings.
It's time to switch
podcast.
that to Locked On Nashville, I think.
Yeah. Like, they do Locked On for all of them, but it's all. I started thinking, like, what are some team names that are odd? Like Locked On Wild.
Yeah.
Like, that just sounds like
a little
spring
weird.
break that you never get out of.
It's a little weird.
I'm Locked On Wild, baby. Like, it's just, what?
It's like the next version of Girls Gone Wild.
Yo, have you seen that documentary
Oh,
yet?
yes, it's so good.
I haven't watched it yet, but it's in the. Oh,
It's so
man.
good. It's so
Once
good.
I actually remember what free time is, I definitely.
You've
want
been
to see
busy.
what's up.
You've been
You got a
busy.
few things to catch up on. Moon Knight.
Oh, it's done, right?
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah, so I
It's
can
done.
actually get there.
AJ, because you are a fan of the actual comic.
Really? Man,
Mid.
Don't tell me that, brother.
Yeah, sorry.
Hooked on crack in.
Yeah, I mean, Locked On Kraken. It sounds like a podcast dedicated to the discovery of sea creatures.
Or crack.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to. This country has a really problematic history with Kraken. I just.
Locked on Hurricanes is absolutely a Weather Channel show.
Dude!
100%.
Locked On her, like, you guys see, I love that chat has taken this weird thing in the back of my brain and is like, how can we make this weirder? Like, even like Locked On Rangers. Like, is this like an army podcast?
How
Like,
about Locked On Penguins?
I mean, that's just me anytime I watch like Planet Earth.
Avalanche just seems like you got locked on the Avalanche too. It's all weird.
Locked On Sharks is Shark Week. See?
Like it's all weird.
So let's get to our king of the game. You know him. You love him. The clutch god.
Dude, which one?
You know which
I mean,
one.
I know tonight is obviously Cale Makar.
Cale Makar.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, but like pick a player tonight that was exceptional. Like blindfolded, throw a dart at the roster and you'll hit a guy who had a good night,
Yep.
unless you hit Nikolas Abel Kubel,
Yep.
who played himself out of the lineup tonight.
Alex
If
Newhook, that's your number,
I'm sorry, but
baby.
if he plays in game 3, then you're not living up to the standard that you're trying to set.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah. Well, he's in that rotation too, right? Like,
yes,
cool.
he's absolutely one of the guys in the
I
rotation.
mean, Cogs scored a goal last game and he got rotated out.
Well,
he
he's hurt.
was hurt.
So,
Is he hurt?
Yeah, he's hurt.
Oh, I didn't know he was
Yeah,
hurt.
he's
Oh,
battling
okay.
an injury and he's day to day, which means he may still have all of his limbs. We'll find out whenever the Avs
He may
run
never
is
play
over.
again.
Yeah,
We don't
right.
know.
That might have been it. That one goal he scored for the Avs might be the last time we ever see him.
Great.
Like, we just don't even
Great
know.
pickup.
Yeah. Totally worth. But
Yep.
like realistically, like if you're trying to set a standard,
That
2 scoring chances in a game where you give up very few scoring chances, 2 are a direct result of Nikolas Abel Kubel making weak plays along the wall
stop
in his own zone.
Stop. Stop.
That's a thing that you
Was one of them a backhand
Where-
through the center
no.
of the ice?
just can't do that. Dude, Landy made one of those
That
late,
was so brutal.
and it goes
Jesus.
off the guy's glove, and I went, "Whoo, that was dangerous."
Yep. We were like, that was such a scary pass.
We're like, that's bad. Just
We're not
straight
doing.
bad.
No, we're not doing this.
Dude, Locked on Stars, that could be like a celebrity podcast or an astronomy podcast. And if they were real pioneers, it would be both.
I love this. Evan one is the best way.
Locked on Nuggets is me in the line at Wendy's. We're not talking about negative things anymore. Cale Makar.
Evan? Oh, Evan.
Cale Makar. Multiple overtime goals in the regular season.
I said during game 1 to nobody in particular, but while sitting up in the press box, I just said he's a mutant.
He is.
The man is not human.
He may actually be an alien.
And the fact that he gets more amped up for the rough stuff with Ryan Johansson
actually
than
laughing about it.
anything else, where I've never seen him happier, other than maybe that time that he stopped and got that Slurpee that we all know about now. I don't know which smile was bigger, but he is unbelievable. He is an unbelievable. He is changing what NHL teams are going to scout for in NHL defensemen for the next 25 years.
Too bad he won't win the North.
They won't find him because Cale Makar is singular.
He's one of a kind.
But look, Bobby Orr was singular once upon a time. Paul Coffey was singular once upon a time. Scott Niedermayer was singular once upon a time. And now Cale Makar is singular now. Today. He is the best defenseman in this generation. It is not close. He is a top 5 NHL player right now. And he might be number 1 within the next 2 years. If he does not have a 100-point season in his career, it will be because of injury or more weird pandemics that keep the games played low.
You're gonna get me erect again.
No,
AJ.
he is
It's a hard agree
he is
on that
beginning an all-time great career
agree.
that will
I
end
agree.
in the Hall of Fame.
I agree.
That will end in his number being retired in Denver. That will end in him being one of the greatest athletes to ever come through Denver.
Yes.
And if you look at the list, there are some pretty special goddamn players who are not only have been here before, but are here now. And he just might be the most special among all of them.
Yep.
All of them. I love Nikola Jokic. I love Nathan McKinnon. Watching them is a legitimate joy and a gift from the sports gods that we get.
watching Cale
And
Makar is
Cale
an
Makar-
orgasm. I get
and
it.
Cale Makar is on a different level relative to the position that he plays. He is changing the NHL in the way that Nikola Jokic is going to forever change the center position in the NBA.
Agree.
Absolutely.
Forever. You will always want to find that guy again, and you may never get to do it again. We may never see another Cale Makar in the NHL.
Yep.
And the fact that he is here right now in front of us, smoking all these other bums that everybody wants to try and compare him to, bring on all of them. There was first Quinn Hughes came for him.
Soft.
And all I've got to say is, who? And then Adam Fox came for him.
Soft.
Now we know what the Fox says. It's girl bye. Because Cale Makar dusted that bitch. Then it was Roman Josi. And all I have to say about Roman Josi can be said by watching the game-winning goal tonight.
Yep.
Girl, bye to all of them.
Let's fucking go.
Unreal.
Absolutely right, though. Hard stop.
Unreal. Absolutely amazing. We are brought to you by Breckenridge Brewery, the official beer of DNVR. I had plenty Breck brews tonight. They're delicious. Highly recommend. You
I
go get
had a
yourself
Breck
some.
brew all over my ass.
That was not a Breck brew.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was my drink that you spilled all
You guys
over
want
me.
to see the reaction to that?
All right. Yeah. Let's watch us react to the final goal of this hockey game. Go ahead.
Well, Jeff's now.
Beautiful. Oh, it's such good work.
Yeah, here, I have clips for you for this game.
Yeah. Clips of what?
Or I'm sorry, from this pod.
No, I have like 7. Just clip everything AJ has
I
said.
left the full hour already clipped. No, like that. This is like the best.
I don't think it's going to fit on Twitter.
Well, no, we got Twitter Blue now. It's fine. Breck Brew, go get them either on tap here at the DNVR bar. P.S. Saturday, get here early. I'm just saying. Bar's going to be popping. If you're not local, you can get Breck Brew at your local liquor store. You can get it anywhere in the lower 48 states. Highly recommend. Go find it. It's delicious. You cannot go wrong with Breck Brew. Go to breckbrew.com. You can also get their new hat. It's not new. They've had it. The new shirt, though, that they did in tandem with us with the DNVR.
It's awesome.
It's so dope.
Yeah, that Howler shirt is amazing. I don't know which one of you guys cooked that up. You guys did a great job.
It's dope. No arguments. Also, I think someone was wearing the Naz shirt today.
That was merch.
Was it merch? All right. Well, it's almost sold out, so get that while you still can. That's all I'm saying.
We reordered, which
second run.
By the way, me and Eric were like, no second runs.
Yeah.
We're just gonna sell them and then tough shit. Guess we got voted out of that one.
Sometimes you take the L, so get your nasty while you can. You can get the Colorado Playoffs 2022 shirt with Howler too. Either way, get it. All right, look. All I'm saying is, after this year, there might not be any more shirts with only 2 cups on it with the Avalanche.
It's a collector's item.
Exactly.
Because the third one's going to be Howler's dick next year.
Oh! Let's go!
Isn't it just going to be Voltron, but Voltron is going to be Cale Makar as the dick?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm good with that, man.
I'm good with that, too.
Cale Makar might be Voltron by himself. I don't know.
Can I just
Voltron's giant dong.
I want to pull the ripcord on this weird ass conversation.
Get out! Bail!
That I somehow accidentally started. And I mean, I didn't mean to get into that. But I do want to give a shout out to somebody who DM'd me from the stands tonight. They came all the way from Beausejour, Manitoba.
Beausejour?
Beausejour! As I have been known to call it. Came all the way from Beausejour, Manitoba, and I wanted to give them some love and a shout out and say, that is awesome.
Dope.
That is awesome. You guys have, I compared it, I was trying to explain it to Megan. I said, it is a Footloose-sized town about 45 minutes east of Winnipeg.
There's nothing out there.
Yeah, and they definitely don't let people dance.
We're also brought to you by Green Mountain Dental. So go take care of your teeth. I have to give a real read. Sorry. Green Mountain Dental Group. They will genuinely take care of your teeth. Get a cleaning X-ray and exam with them. So I was going to say, if you're going to give someone a blowjob, no one wants it if you got ugly-ass teeth. And I'd give Cale Makar a blowjob right now. So,
I mean, wow. We're just going to move on. Keep doing your thing.
Okay.
I don't know. All right. Yeah, great call.
Green Mountain Dental Group, cleaning X-ray and exam. You get a free Sonicare toothbrush when you get all of that with them. They're super great. They're super fast. They're super easy. That's all there is to it. Go over to Green Mountain Dental Group. Make sure you're taking care of your teeth.
That's the best response ever. That's the best response.
Right here, just to make sure everything's covered. Oh my god.
Another bad food take from Rudo.
Cale Makar is not a bad food take. All right. God. Objectively incorrect. Third period.
Yeah, Allie's definitely not here. Otherwise, we would.
Yeah, no, we would be hella canceled.
Yeah.
If I'm off for it, Ellie Mobley is fuming right now.
She's probably asleep.
She was watching the show earlier.
Yeah, she was
That's what
on
I'm saying.
before.
The adrenaline rush wore off and she crashed.
Third period of the DNVR
Pod Mom is
Avalanche
gone.
podcast, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. I said this on the watch along, and we'll get to the super chats in a second.
Holy lordy.
This is it. This is it, chat. If you did not love every second of this game, of this overtime, maybe hockey isn't for you. Because this is it. This is, you spend all year
Maybe
waiting.
just general hockey fandom is for you.
Right.
I like to watch good games. I don't need to watch a team. That's how my feelers get hurt.
These are the moments you live for. You live and die.
You watch, that is what you watch, a 10-1 loss in Montreal.
For this moment, down the line.
That is what you do. You watch, you sit through those games, you sit through 48-point seasons, you sit through 60 losses in a season, you sit through bad drafting, you sit through Stephen Elliott and Duncan Siemens, You sit through all these guys. You sit through all these dudes who get your hopes up that they're going to be special, that they're going to be the next ones. You sit through all of that to get to a night like tonight where one of your own, your homegrown superstars makes good on that promise and takes you to a special place.
Yep. And that's what we saw. This isn't the Avs went out and got this guy, which I believe will happen at some point in this playoffs. This isn't the Avs are building the best team in the league. This isn't the Avs have made a super team. This is you went through the trenches. The Colorado Avalanche played one of the worst seasons ever in the NHL.
For a non-expansion team, it's basically the worst season
Ever.
in recent modern NHL.
In the modern game.
Yeah.
And this is what you got.
God. Aaron Palusha, couldn't even stay on his fucking skills. Dude, Colby Cohen, he's calling college games now.
Oh, Jesus. And you got Cale Makar. You stuck through that, and you are watching maybe, I can't go beyond maybe, but maybe the greatest player to ever put on an Avalanche sweater. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see.
Time will tell.
Dude's sick.
If he
He's
can
different.
stay healthy and keep doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
I don't.
No
there's no
reason that there's
like. I'm
not
already almost crying. There's no shot I make it through this playoffs without so many tears.
Chat
Like-
is filling up. Chat right now is filling up with the Avs player that they remember from the lost years.
Yep.
The guy that like stuck with them when they
Because
were
y'all
like,
were here.
when they were like, I lived through this bullshit.
Normally, baby.
I lived through X player getting big minutes on my favorite team, and this was the payoff. This is why you hang around. Because if it's not this, then it's nothing.
Yeah.
Like this is the payoff. And like
on that list too.
you know Matt Duchene is he's way more complicated. I don't want to touch that tonight.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
You know, and part of me actually I thought about this as I was leaving tonight. Part of me feels bad for him. Part of me feels bad because he's on the other side of watching this. He's on the other side of living this.
No, he made that bad.
He wanted, and look, we've all made choices in life where we thought this was the best thing for us. And, you know, sometimes you end up in a bar on Colfax doing podcasts. Sometimes you end up in a bar on Colfax doing other things. So you just never know.
What are those other things, AJ?
You just never know which end of the spectrum that's going to end in. And for Matt Duchene to watch this and be on the other and live this, like part of me does feel bad for him because I'm an empathetic human being, and there has to be a little pain there, knowing
course.
how badly he wanted to be an Avalanche, how badly he wanted to make it work here, and then to move on.
I mean,
And to live on the other end of this, like that's tough, man.
I shit on that guy, but like at the same time, like you look at like when he was getting drafted, and you're like, this is awesome. This dude loves the Avalanche.
Yeah.
He's
It's
living out his
everything.
dream.
Yeah.
This is great. And then the way that it ended was just so sour grapes, right? And it's like, and now to turn around and look at this team and be like, yo, bud, you could have been a part of this if you could have just swallowed a little bit of that pride.
Couldn't have been part of it though, because two of those defensemen
Sammy G, Bone B.
Yeah,
from-
Bone Byerman G.
came
You
from
don't
dumping,
get-
came from giving that dude what he wanted. I can't even say dumping him. It wasn't like the breakup was
that
Joe
was
Sakic's
like
idea.
a genuine baller ass trade.
But the crazy, Matt Duchene went to Joe Sakic and said, I want to break up. And Joe Sakic said, all right, let me find a new chick first, and then I'll dump you. And as soon as he did,
Do you remember, like, and that made Sakic, right? Like, before that trade happened, people wanted Sakic's head.
yeah. I mean, there's the famous Steve Dangle tweet of Joe Sakic should be fired because he was looking at Cap Friendly and was like, they have two NHL defensemen. Yuck, 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 yuck. How many do they have now, Steve?
Got him. All right, let's get to them super chats. There's so many of you. You guys are insanely generous. I don't even know what to say. $10 from Josh. Let's go. I had to listen to the first 3 periods on the radio driving home from the Springs
awesome.
and was very sad to not be able to watch it. Got home just in time for OT. You got the good part.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good, that story has a happy ending.
Definitely.
That's unlike a lot of stories from people who are in bars on Colfax.
Wow. Wow.
The hate on Colfax tonight is
It's not.
just
I mean, come on.
malicious.
Anybody that's spent time on Colfax just knows that you roll the dice. Like, come on, it's just reality.
Yep.
If you're not from here and you don't know that, then I'm not the one to tell you.
Good on you. Good on you. $2 from Forsberg Avs 32. Can we talk about Cale almost scoring 3-on-5?
Would have the place would have melted down.
Actually, what Ball Arena would have exploded.
Yeah, Ball Arena would have been Chernobyl.
Yep.
It
Straight
would
up.
have just been that would have been it. Nobody's allowed to come for the next 20,000 years.
People touching raw carbon that's
Yeah,
been
I mean
radiated.
we all would have truly ascended as one to a different plane.
As
you guys could all be on my level. at
Cale
that point.
Makar's stick would now be known as the elephant's foot.
Dude, it would be known as whatever they wanted. That would have changed the universe.
Change the U. $2 from Ryan. Cale joins Ozelinch and Krupp as Avs D to score in OT in the playoffs. Genuinely, there's nothing you can say. You have to understand you are watching one of the greatest players in history.
Yep.
There's no words that can describe it. They're like, I'm going to grow up and I'm going to talk to my kids and be like,
I try and tell people this is the golden era.
Rudo growing up. What a fucking joke that is.
No, I mean we as we aged through life, watching the glory era of the Avalanche when they got here and getting to see the Rob Blake and Adam Foote and those guys are unbelievable talents, and Cale Makar is singular.
this is Blais, you're old enough that I imagine
Thank you.
you understand.
I like that he said old enough.
Yeah.
Not just Blais, you're old.
It's you watch.
nice.
You got to watch Gretzky live.
Yeah.
In his prime, roughly. And I can't imagine you explaining that to someone. Like, you can say stuff, but the things you witnessed happen in real time.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, you watch
use
Gretzky,
words.
you watch Jordan in
Yeah.
his prime,
Yeah.
and now you're watching Cale Makar in his prime.
Yeah.
It's on another plane of existence.
I like that we've just put him in the Hall of Fame tonight. Like, we're just like, it's done.
Dude, I put him in the Hall of Fame 3 weeks into his career. So.
the thing, the best part of it is that we've been right the whole time.
Yeah, true. $5 from Mike, Avs Twitter.
And the next time that somebody that works at the fucking Fan wants to try and act like they didn't want to trade that guy for Erik Karlsson, just send him receipts.
They got him.
They exist.
$5 from Mike,
still
Avs
hasn't
Twitter.
I forgot about that.
Lighting up with the video of the girl behind the bench going Super Saiyan, inject it into my veins.
Hell yeah.
Pop off, girl. 888 from Kenton. Future Conn Smythe winner, Cale Makar.
Legitimately, like right now, he and Nathan McKinnon are like
front runners.
Yeah. They have played 2 games.
Ways to go.
So like some things that have to happen here. But like if the Avs are going to get to that point, it's going to be one of those guys.
Yep.
Like, no offense, Darcy Kemper, but you could have a 950 save percentage for the next 2 months,
And it won't matter.
It will not matter.
Yep. 608 from Dan Larkin. $6 for the best pod in hockey. 8 cents for a shirtless Rudo all pod in Makar's honor.
Nope. Ah! Thank you for bringing that back.
Let's go! My eyes!
The truly sad part is that Yahir actually didn't put graphics on the screen.
It is pretty reflective.
It's
I'm not
just
gonna lie
that
to you.
bright white. Oh, dude, no, man, you gotta.
I can't do it all pod.
Can I get a hose? This is stank over here.
My car's AC doesn't work, so it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, let's blame it on whatever we want to blame it on.
I was ready with that.
This is like that movie, is it Cancun from the 80s with the aliens?
Before my time. $2 from Colton. 1 second rundown. 50 plus Cale.
Word.
Straight up.
I'm good with that.
Yeah. Times is good. Times is good right now. I look. I promised everyone if the sweep is on the line, I will wear the jorts.
No, don't do this.
Why not?
We have the blur. Don't worry, we're okay.
I have to sit next to him.
Exactly. We're the ones that have to actually live with this shit. Oh, I have the blur.
You don't even sit on the same couch as me.
Can I get the blur for my fucking eyeballs?
Can we all get the blur?
Damn it.
It's 50-50 that the jorts actually fit still.
There has to be a financial incentive for us to live this life.
I agree. Like, people need to donate a couple $100. Like,
Can we move on? We have a shit ton of super chats here.
Rodeo Bear, $5. Preds star defender lying on the ice while the Avs score a big goal late in a playoff game. Never seen that happen before.
I like that reference.
Got him.
I get that reference.
Got him. Avalanche.
I agree with that motorcycle. I'm ready to go home.
$5 from Avalanche. Thanks for the hangout stream. Every game, every playoff game, we're going for the watch along.
I'm excited. I get to hang out on the next watch.
Let's go. I'm
Guaranteed,
ready. I'm so
guaranteed
ready.
loss.
No. I guess you've never been on a watch along win. Brutal.
Mm-hmm.
No, you were on some watch along wins this year, but never in the playoffs.
Right,
Yeah.
not in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope. Get to just watch them lose a lot.
Hopefully you get a drink spilled on you. Cool.
Yeah, we all have dreams.
$5 from Chris. By the way, nice to see you again on the pod live, AJ. Hope you're well, amigo.
That's my guy. Every time that we make Brazil jokes, I feel bad for him because he's Brazilian.
Yeah.
He takes it real personally.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah.
7 Canadian from Mark. Thoughts on the disallowed goal and challenge? I feel like we covered that already.
We definitely when that came in, that's when I was like, let's talk about it.
$5 from Jacob. A reminder when Joe Colborn scored a hattie first game, then only scored 1 in the next 60. That dude had 8 points at like 50 games into the season.
Yeah, he was coming off of a 20-goal year.
Yeah.
Had a hat trick in Colorado, was a DU pioneer. It was like the greatest story. And then the rest of it played out, and you're like, ooh.
And he like broke his back and never played in the NHL again.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why he ended up when he went down with the rampage.
Yeah.
He got like seriously injured and never played.
I didn't know that. That sucks.
It really sucked. Like that, the ending to that story is bullshit.
It sucks. It sucks. $5 from Drew. Credit to Ingram.
Yeah.
2,
100%.
Playoff Nate is the best player on the planet. 3, Cale Makar is too good to be from this planet.
That's what I'm saying. He's a mutant, dude.
Yeah, straight up.
He's a mutant. He's from this planet, but he's the next evolution. Do you remember the beginning of X-Men when they were talking about that extra chromosome that created mutants? Cale Makar.
We are Cro-Magnon man, and Cale Makar is Homo sapien. Yeah.
Does that change your hair to a red color?
Oh my God! Don't
Pale
do this.
skin? Is that part of it?
I'm ignoring this.
$10 from Zach. No comment. Thank you very, very much. And $5 from Real Politics. Kids, gather round. Grandpa Rudo is going to tell you about watching Cale Makar. Just let me out on my jorts first.
He needs put on my jorts. Why you got to out his typo like that? Learn how to read. God damn it.
I know how to read just fine. All right, I read the words on the screen.
You got to read internet, my man, and I know you do.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway.
Anyway.
That's a great night. It was a great... thoughts on that challenge? Were you guys cool with that challenge? Because I was fine with it.
Yeah.
Your team has played so well. Your team has killed penalties so thoroughly. And the 5-on-3 came started with the high stick after the period started. That to me felt like I trust my team.
Yep.
And I think it's
that's the
I
correct,
trust my team, and I don't mind taking a 50-50 shot with the NHL to talk themselves into this being a goal. That doesn't bother me. I think with that much time left in the game, cool.
Yeah.
If it's like 2 minutes left in the game, you're obviously just being like, we're moving on. We're not taking that chance.
Yeah.
But with a full period left, no.
Was it aggressive?
I did not mind that.
Yes.
Not one bit do I mind that, because at that point you're coaching to win.
Yep.
And I'm good with that.
Yep.
I'm good with aggressive mistakes.
All day, every damn day.
Yep. I'm good with that, man.
The only point I would make against it is like it's something like 80% of the time the call on the ice ends up standing in those situations. It's very, very hard to overturn a call.
Yeah, and it's all good. Like I don't. There isn't a number in the world that you could tell me that would make me feel differently about that, because I am fine. I am fine with taking that chance.
You like the intent more than anything.
Well, I just don't mind
intent.
it.
Like you look at it and it's like, that's a challengeable.
You say, hey, this is open to interpretation.
Yeah.
If they talk themselves into it, you're up 2-1 going into the third period. And if you're not, you're tied 1-1 going into the third period. You're in a game that your team has dominated.
Yeah.
Like, you trust your team to get you through it.
It's not even the challenge. It's if this is wrong, I trust my team. That's the biggest sentiment.
And then
of
the
me
5-on-3, like, that sucks. and they got through it.
Yep.
So
They did.
You
pretty
trust-
damn good for a fucking 3-on-5 too.
dude, like they were fun.
Unreal.
They cleared pucks. They got you get a shot on goal and you get a D zone face or an O zone face off on it. Like
on a 3-on-5.
yeah, like you're fine.
You're living with that.
You're fine
Yeah.
with how it all like.
Yeah.
It was a perfect example of well, this is why I trusted my team.
Yeah.
So
If they go out and score on both ends of that 5-on-3, it's a very different story in which we're just like, well, you trusted the team didn't get it done for you.
Yeah.
Maybe next time, don't do that. This time, you trusted the team came through, and you move on. I'm good, man, I'm good.
yeah, trust
with
your
all
team
that.
until
Yeah.
they prove they're not trustworthy,
Yeah.
right? And like,
I'm good with all that. That's part of the relationship that you have with the team as coach. And like game situation, that's fine. You're fine with that.
yeah, for sure. All right, final
These
thoughts.
dudes are yawning like we don't all have work to do tonight.
My night is just starting, like, and I've been live on air for like 5 hours. Final thoughts on a game. Avs up 2-0 in the series. They take down both at home.
I said that I was not going to care one goddamn bit about the last couple weeks of the regular season until the Avs lost a postseason game. Now, even at this point, I won't care because they showed up and they took 2 in Denver. They dominated both of those games. They sent the message. They're here. They're here to play. They're here just to do their thing, man. And like this is all part of the process. I just don't know how you conjure up negativity about this game.
Yep.
Connor Ingram was the only reason that it got to overtime, and then they ended it shortly therein.
Yep.
Until they break serve, meaning that
Yeah, straight
the
up.
Preds win a game on the road.
Yeah, really,
you're
really.
golden.
This is why you care about home ice.
Yep.
Like through the process, you know. If it gets to the Panthers, then credit them. But we're so far off from that. Like, who cares, right?
Yep.
You're not worrying about it. This is why you wanted to be at home.
Yep.
You were a dominant home team in the regular season. You just dominated 2 games at home.
Yeah, and if they win a game at home now in these next 2 games, good for them.
Yeah, and like now you go on the road and you just say, "Hey, we're trying to split."
If we take one, we're
you take
in the
one,
driver's
it's
seat.
over.
Yeah.
Well, you're coming back to Denver. You'll have a minimum of 2 chances to finish the series.
Yep.
You're going into Nashville right now, just saying, "Hey, we want to split."
Yep.
Like realistically, we want to split. Now, one day at a time. You take game 3. You take game 3. You open up the fact that you could just be done.
Yep.
All right, cool. Those 8 days turned into 6.
Yep.
They might be 4 now.
So yeah, I mean, like we'll see. But you can only play one game at a time. And
True.
They played their best game. 2 games in, they played their best game tonight. Connor Ingram was great, and it wasn't enough.
Man, if you go look at the statistics
It's,
of what
it's
what this team had tonight,
outrageous. It's
unreal.
outrageous.
Yeah, like the team that deserved to win. Like again,
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
one world class example of a goaltender who's now allowed to chase his teammates around with a knife in the locker room.
Hide
great.
the score of this game. Show the statistics of this game to anybody without the score, and they'll be like, "It's probably 5-1,
Yeah,
something
Yeah.
like that."
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
Right?
if you flip the scores in games 1 and 2, you
Yep.
can believe that.
Definitely.
Yeah,
That's all we got, chat. We love all of you. Y'all have been so amazing tonight. We appreciate it so much. We're here covering the Avs throughout their entire playoff run. We got pre-games, we got watch-alongs, we got post-games every single game. We'll also be live tomorrow talking about the rest of the playoffs on an off day. So
Yeah, 'cause we got 1 p.m. pod, and then I'm coming in here to do TDSP at 4. It'll
let's
be a great time.
go. It's going to be dope.
Yeah, it'll be a great time.
2:30 on Saturday. Get here early if you're coming to the bar.
Yeah.
because
It's gonna be packed.
A banger.
I'm talking about Bridgestone Arena swing. So
Yeah,
will this
the
building.
DNVR bar going to be vibing on
This
Saturday.
building is going to breathe its own breath. It's going to have its own heartbeat
Yeah.
for about 3 hours on
Yeah.
Saturday.
Oh, it's gonna be a banger.
Can't wait. So
And then
excited.
again, Sunday afternoon for F1.
Let's go, Miami.
Have you seen some of the designs for some of those
I
cars?
have, yeah.
So sick, dude.
It's
I'm so
very,
excited.
it's so many GTA.
It
Like,
looks so. It's very Miami Vice.
the fake water is weird.
Yo.
It is.
Some Racer X styles, huh? All right,
Yeah, dude,
let's go.
they're crazy.
Dude, we need to find a way to get jump jacks involved in F1. All right. Anyway, we need to leave and go home and do the rest of our work.
It's 12:40.
Yep.
Overtime, baby.
Let's go. All right.
So you got 7:30 start. It starts late, and then you go into overtime, and then you guys waited for me. Yeah.
Now you're here. We appreciate all y'all staying up so late for us. Some of you, it's like 7 in the morning.
Yeah. Bedtime, fam.
Outrageous. We love you. We'll be back tomorrow for an off day. You know you can catch us on Saturday for all of the Avalanche game day coverage. We'll be back. Maybe I'll be in my jorts. Maybe I won't. Donate super chats if that's what you want.
No one wants to
Or
see
like
it,
I'm here. If you like, I'm
Take us
here
out.
for the challenge. Donate yes or
one
no.
wants to